Right, the 1965 Ford Thunderbird Coupe. Just come in sort of on a PX against another car, so it's a good solid car, runs well, drives well, wants a few bits and pieces, nothing terrible. Manifold blow, interior wants a little bit of tidying, a couple of tiny bits of bodywork. Super solid underneath, all original floors, rockers, everything. Doesn't look like it's had any patches, any welding. Body's pretty straight. Paintwork largely okay. Not a concours job by any means, but you know, it's presentable, bar a couple of small pieces which I'll point out as I go round it. I know this car reasonably well. It belonged to a friend of mine, lives a couple of villages over, for quite a few years. And I sold the car for him about 8 years ago. If you go back through some of my videos, you can actually see a video of the car 8 years ago when I previously sold it, and it hasn't changed drastically. It's been sat about a little bit, couple of little bits sort of body wise worse than it was before, but essentially it's a good solid car, you know, easy project, good car to sort of drive and sort of fix up as you go along. Doesn't really want too much, really. I'll go around it panel to panel, show the interior. Yeah, it's not a terrible car. 65, so it's 390 cubic inch. I guess C4 or C6, 3-speed automatic. I'm not a Ford man. I don't really know everything about Fords, but there we go. Left front fender, there's nothing drastic there. Driver's door, nothing drastic there. Just where I caught it with my foot on the rocker, so there. Down low there on the dog leg, it's just the paint's flaked off. It's not rusted through. It's just some sort of bubbles in the paint and that. I don't think that would need a plate or anything. I think you would just grind that out, fill it and paint it. There is a tiny little bubble there, but I think that's it overall. I think that rear quarter is fine. All good on the boot lid. Chrome looks to be original, doesn't look like it's had any re-chroming, so you know it's not perfect, but it's respectable. A couple of little small sort of dinks on that lower rear valance, but nothing to write home about. Trunk lid is all good. That rear quarter is all good. Very, very straight down the sides. Tiny little blister there. And another little bit there on that dog leg again, but it's nothing. It's just you just rub it off and, you know, tiny bit of filler and paint it. It's absolutely fine. That door's fine. I've just washed the car. I did notice on the roof a couple of chips on the roof just there. That door is good. That wing is good, and the bonnet is all good. Look at the bonnet, all the inner wings are lovely, all the, you know, all very, very nice. You can see it was a bit of a creamier white originally. It starts on the button, absolutely, like clicks first go, runs really well. It's got quite a bad sort of exhaust blow, sort of downpipe manifold area. I will fire it up in a minute, but it's got a Patronics on it, different sort of later air cleaner on it, but you know, it's quite tidy under there. Like I say, it belonged to a friend of mine for quite a few years. I think I sold it in about 2016, and he must have had it 10 years prior to that, and it was looked after by Tornado Autos in High Wycombe, Henley, then High Wycombe, during the time he had it. There's a lot of bills with it, a lot of history with it. Engine runs sweet, doesn't knock, doesn't rattle, doesn't smoke at all. I think you'd jump in it and drive it any reasonable distance. You know, the only sort of negative being the exhaust is a bit noisy. The blow, I don't know if it's the downpipe or the manifold. There is a couple of sets of gaskets with it, and you know, it doesn't look to be any broken studs, doesn't look like it's been got at, so you know, hopefully that wouldn't be too bad a job. I mean, clearance wise, you're going to skin your knuckles a few times, but you know, it is what it is. Interior wise, it was always a white car. I think originally it had a gold interior, but some years back the seats were retrimmed in red leather, and I think the vinyl, the plasticky vinyl bits were all painted red. Was it Vinyl Coat, the company that does the red paint? There's a couple of little bits that have chipped off, flaked off, but it would be easy to sort out. I've given the seats a good scrub. I did previously do another video on it last week, and this is kind of an updated video to that. I'm going to take that video down and put this one up as a sort of yeah, but there's no massive rips or tears in the seat. There's a few little marks on the driver's seat, but they've scrubbed up reasonably well. A little bit of edge wear on there. You could probably get some red leather dye and touch that in. You've got the swing away steering wheel. A couple of electric windows not working. The driver's door window sort of works occasionally. The passenger window doesn't. That back window does, and this window doesn't. The Ford's Lincolns, it's quite common earths and switch contacts and stuff like that, so I wouldn't be overly worried about that. I would think a matter of just cleaning up all the switch contacts and wires and checking earths and stuff like that. I would think it's probably fire straight up on the button. Fire straight up first time. It says it's nearly out of petrol. It's pretty cold. I only just literally just started it and rolled it down the drive, chucked a bucket of water over it, and then put it out there. So yeah, like you say, a cold start, no smoke, nothing like that. It's idling. I've got quite a few pictures of the floor pans underneath it. You can see it's clean under there. In the trunk, it's all pretty good. No rust on the trunk lid, no rust on the hood. Still got the original checked card in there. Trunk floor is solid, up under the rear windscreen is solid. There's a car cover there as well, like I say, gaskets. I did pick up an oil filter for it the other day as well, which if I get time I'll change the oil, if not it'll go with it. Like I say, I don't really want to get too involved in it. I'd rather just sort of let it go on to somebody sensibly priced as a sort of project. It's sort of around the £8.5 mark. Yeah, you put 1,500 quid towards it, 10 grand, you've got sort of a good solid nice running and driving car. It's a Ford, so you know it's easy to get bits for being a Ford. There's quite a few Thunderbird specialists, and I mean the 390 engine and gearbox is in, you know, loads of different body styles, the Mustangs and Galaxies and whatnot, so it's not going to be difficult to get parts for. So there it is. I'll upload this, and if you need any more info let me know. If you want any pictures from underneath or whatever, let me know. Thanks for looking.